Hi everyone, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. So if you are drawn to this reading, then there must be a message here for you, because this tarot reading is all about the messages that were meant to find you today. So if you were drawn, then you're in the right place. So let's just get right into it. To be honest, first, I actually came into this reading wanting to do something on a whole other topic. So I wanted to find out, like, the topic was, who are you really? And I wanted to kind of give you guys some insight into who you really are. And Spirit, of course, as it does, just wanted to do its own thing, and it was kind of going into the topic of just any message that wanted to come up is what Spirit was bringing forward. So you're gonna find that every pile is different, and so whichever pile you feel drawn to the most, that will be the message that is meant to find you today. So we have 3 different piles to choose from. I will give you guys a closer look up at the crystals so you can, see them up close and maybe have a better idea of which one you feel drawn to the most. So without further ado, let's take a closer look up at the crystals. So for pile number 1, we have the Rose Quartz crystal with the Crystal Visions tarot deck. For pile number 2, we have this gorgeous Amethyst cluster and the Rider-Waite tarot deck. And finally, for pile number 3, we have this Crystal Pyramid and the Fairy Tarot. So guys, of course, take all the time you need to decide which one you feel the most drawn to. This one is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So once you have your pile, you can just scroll down to the description box. I have included timestamps for all of the piles. So just click on the timestamp that resonates for whichever pile you feel most drawn to. And without further ado, I will get straight into pile number 1. Bye! We're going to be looking at your surface level personality, so how people see you and the persona that you give to others. And then later we're going to be looking at who you truly are on the inside and looking at your inner world. So I've been actually getting messages for you guys as I was shuffling your deck. So we're going to be using the tarot, and we're also going to be using some pre-shuffled oracle cards that I shuffled off camera. And while I was shuffling the oracle cards off camera, I was getting specific messages. I was hearing the words creative, I was hearing misunderstood, I heard unique, so I don't know if that resonates with you guys. I was also having a really hard time starting the intro for some reason. I had to redo it at least 4 times, and so I took that as a message that maybe you guys have something that you want to start, or just like a new path that you want to take, or something new that you want to start, but you're either hesitant or you just can't seem to make that change, or I don't know. But those were just the messages that I was getting for you as I was preparing to do your reading. So I don't know if that resonates or not, but we are just going to get into the reading anyway. So first we're going to be looking at your surface level. So what do you show the world? What do you show the people around you? How do you present yourself, and how do people see you? So we're just going to shuffle some tarot first. We're going to get 3 cards from here. Also, sorry, by the way, if the camera shakes. Yeah, my camera is attached to the table, so sometimes it's just gonna shake, so bear with me. So let's just get a few cards for you. So who is pile 1 on their surface? How do people see pile number 1, Spirit? Okay, so we have the Hanged Man. We have the Ace of Swords. I'm going to get 3 cards from this deck. So 1 more card, Spirit. How do people see pile number 1? What do they show people? What's their surface personality? Oh, interesting. So we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, and on the back of the deck we have the Queen of Cups. So I'll just keep that in mind. Put that here. And now we're going to be looking at your oracle cards. So for you we have Wolf, Angelic Assistance, Divine Guidance, Loving Support. We have Deep Replenishment, Retreat, Rest, Be Held. Awakening, Energetic Upgrades, a New Way of Being, Integration. Health, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Action. And finally we have I can do less and attract more. Interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay, so pile number 1, very interesting energy here. I feel like the way people see you is that you have a very nonchalant, devil-may-care attitude. I feel like you're definitely, I just heard lone wolf, and we have the wolf card here. I feel like you're just the type of person to, whatever you do, whatever you commit your energy to, it kind of, not that it comes easily for you, but I feel like you just pick things up very fast. I feel like you're the type of person where people see you as someone who just has this natural flow to them, where you kind of just, it's like an effortless way of being. I feel like you're definitely someone that enjoys their time alone. And you have this certain kind of independence to you where you're just, it's like a quiet confidence. And I feel like people think that things come easily for you, but I don't think that's true. I think that you have a very deep inner world, and just kind of, I just heard like know yourself. I feel like you just know yourself really well, and you have a very good relationship with yourself. And I feel like this allows you to kind of take action on anything that you choose to commit your energy to. I do feel like you have gone through a massive change very recently, and not very recently, but I mean, it could be, over the course of 1, 3, 5 years, but I do feel like this is a very new energy that you're in, where it's just sort of like a quiet confidence. And I feel like the way people see you is you seem to be very, well, from the outside looking in, very lucky, and someone who just has this sort of grace to them. I feel like you could be very abundant monetary wise. I'm taking this for some reason like health, like for some reason I'm thinking of like your bank account is very healthy. And if that's not the case, it could just be that you kind of have an awareness that you're meant for more. And I think you will stop at nothing to get to your end goal of greatness. I think that you are definitely very spiritually attuned, and I think that people notice this. I think you could just have this calming energy, and people feel very calm around you. And I think that you take in a lot of that energy, and I think you sometimes feel like you always have to be the leader in situations. but I think that that just comes naturally for you. I don't think that it's something, well, you might resent it a little bit, but I think just being a leader is something that comes natural for you. I just think you have this way about you where you kind of just surrendered to this big purpose that you have. And I see that you're changing. You're in a period now where you're kind of integrating all of the lessons that you've learned, and I just see you're also someone that's, you could be very blunt with your words. You could, and I don't think it's in a mean way. I think that you kind of just believe in speaking your truth and just being your most authentic self. And I think that in the past you've had to kind of dim your light or suppress your true emotions to kind of appease other people. And I think just knowing how that feels and not wanting to do that anymore is your reason for why you're so truthful. And I feel like you have this passion and purpose that's like, it's like this fire deep in your belly that you just know that you were meant for so much more. And I feel like you're following your heart on that. And I feel like I just heard jealous. I feel like there are some people that can be jealous of the fact that you go to the beat of your own drum and you have no problem spending time alone. I feel like when you're in this energy, you do attract more. And I don't know, I think the bottom line is, I think the overarching theme here is that people think it comes easy to you. And it might come easy to you. I feel like it does. You have this natural essence of just calm, assertive power, something that comes naturally to a leader. I think that you're also in a period now where you are being called to be more alone, and maybe more alone than usual. You might be used to spending time around other people, or maybe not, but I just feel like now is a time where I feel like you are kind of retreating into yourself, and I feel like you have this sort of fascination with getting to know yourself, and you're very excited for this new chapter that you're on. And I feel like your intuition is getting stronger. You're very intuitive, pile number 1, and you're very in tune with yourself. And I think that that's going to go a long way. I think people just love being around you. I think it's kind of like when you walk into the room, it's kind of like, it's like, okay, people can breathe. Because I feel like you offer just this authenticity to the space around you where people feel like they can be themselves around you. People feel like they can let their guard down. People feel like they can let them take the mask off around you. And that's a really unique effect. I'm sorry, pile number 1, my battery actually died just as I was in the middle of your reading. So anyway, where we were was I was showing you what was on the bottom of the deck, and we have the Fool. So this is very interesting. And pile number 1, I just want to say you're going through some major, major life changes right now. And your inner world is very complex, but you are also so strong. You just have this strength to you. I feel like there are things in your life that you are coming to terms with the fact that you have to let go. And this can be a bit daunting because, you know, we're creatures of habit and change can be hard for us. But I definitely feel like you are feeling this call. And I also just noticed number 32 twice. So that could be a number that you're seeing, or this in numerology, 3 and 2 reduces to 5. So we have 2 5s here, and 5s signified change. So you are going through some massive changes right now, and I feel like you have been feeling this for a while. And I think the hardest thing for you to come to terms with is, you know, we're creatures of habit, and change can be hard for us. But I definitely feel like you are feeling this call. And I also just noticed number 32 twice. So that could be a number that you're seeing, or this in numerology, 3 and 2 reduces to 5. So we have 2 5s here, and 5s signified change. So you are going through some massive changes right now, and I feel like you have been feeling this for a while. And I think the hardest thing for you to come to terms with is leaving your comfort zone, although you know you have to and you know that you eventually will. It's kind of hard for you to, but I feel like when you apply these changes, just little baby steps, I feel like you feel good inside, and I feel like you just have this strength with you that you're just feeling called into a certain direction, and the call is so strong that you can't ignore. But there are things that are holding you back, and I feel like this is why you have been spending so much time alone. I just feel like when you're around people, you could kind of get your energy drained really fast. I feel like you are very intuitive, pile number one, and I know I said this before, but you are very in tune and in touch with spirit and with your purpose and with yourself. And I feel like there are things in your life that are happening around you where, things could be crumbling, things could be falling away, whether you like it or not. And well, at times I do feel like you may have a lot of resistance to this, but for the most part, I feel like there's some acceptance to these changes. And I feel like what keeps you going and what gives you the confidence to keep going is the fact that there is no other option for you. I feel like you take things in stride, and I don't think you let anything get you down for too long. And Door to Spirit, this card talks about when you're opening up to your gifts and the changes that Spirit has for you, it's like nothing you can ever imagine will happen. And I just feel like there are so many blessings that are waiting for you on the other side of this change. And I do feel like you know that too. But it is still hard at the same time. But you are someone with massive strength and massive courage, pile one. And I don't say that lightly. I said pile two by accident. There might be a message for you in pile number two, but you are very persistent, and you might be someone that loves to travel. I just heard you might love to travel. I don't really know where that came from, but you might, yeah, just really love to be alone. I think that you definitely enjoy other people's company. It's not like you don't, but I just feel like you feel more calm and at ease when you are alone, and you feel the most comfortable when you're alone. I feel, pile one, like you are taking the steps to become the highest version of yourself, and I love to see that. I feel like there were definitely things that happened growing up that had to make you be strong. And I feel like you definitely have gained so much character and strength from everything that you've gone through that it's kind of like you are an alchemist, and you take all of the pain and suffering that you've been through and you choose to make it your strength instead of your weakness. I feel like you're also very diplomatic, and you can kind of see things from a higher perspective. I do feel like for the most part you are someone that is very unbiased, and even if you have, let's say, for example, your friend is in an argument with someone that you don't even know, I feel like you're the type to, if the person that you don't even know is right on a certain thing and your friend isn't, I feel like you're the type to just call that out, and you won't have your friends back just because they're your friend. I feel like I just heard integrity. Like you're someone just has integrity. You're a very fiery spirit. You can either be any fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. I'm feeling strong fire sign energy. You can also be an earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm feeling those two signs strongly. But pile number one, I just heard bear fruit. I feel like you have already planted the seeds. You're not planting the seeds. You have already planted the seeds. You've done the work. You have worked so hard on your personal growth and your health. And I feel like now it's starting to bear fruit, and you're actually seeing the fruits of your labor. And I feel like this can be both scary and highly rewarding for you. I feel like maybe you might need to take I feel like you do meditate. I feel like you do sit with yourself. But I feel like that is where your power is when you are still with yourself, when you are open to receiving. I feel like you're definitely a force to be reckoned with, pile number one. And the overarching theme for your inner world is strength. It's perseverance. It's a strong will. And you have a massive purpose on this earth. I feel like you're very creative, highly intuitive, and I just heard whatever I touch comes to gold. So I just feel like you are destined for success. This feeling that you have is not wrong, and you're definitely on your way to success, on your way to everything that you could have imagined and more. And I just feel like the things that you are feeling that you have to let go of and move on from, whether it's a relationship, either with a friend or a romantic relationship, or maybe it's bad habits, simply maybe just not exercising as much as you should, or not eating the foods that you think you should be eating, and maybe it's gambling, maybe it's an addiction, whatever it may be. I think that there are definitely things that, and you know this already, that need to fall away in order for you to live your highest self, which you are on the path to being. And it just requires some courage to let go. And maybe you have this fear that if you let go, they won't be replaced with anything. Maybe you'll just be left with nothing. But Spirit is encouraging you, no, please walk through that door, because whatever you let go, you're just making room for something else. And Spirit is asking you to make room because they have so many surprises in store, I'm hearing, for you. So pile number one, that is all the messages I have for you. I really enjoyed doing this reading, and honestly, I love your energy, pile number one. That's all I have to say. So subscribe to the channel. I have so many more readings for you guys coming out, but thank you so much for being here, pile one, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Hi pile two, welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here. So if you guys chose the Rider-Waite Tarot deck or the Amethyst cluster, then this will be your reading all about who are you really. So let's just get right into it. Who is pile two? What are you all about? We're gonna find out. So I used the Rider-Waite deck just to get one card. I shuffled off camera, so I'm gonna put that to the side. And I have a mix of oracle cards and your tarot card that I shuffled off camera. I shuffled off camera just because I wanted to really be in the moment with your energy and sort of have a feel for your energy before actually coming into this reading. So I actually heard the words elegant off camera while I was shuffling your cards. I'm not sure if that resonates with you, but you could be very elegant and just kind of, I think maybe people notice the way that you move. It's very confident. It's very, I don't know, graceful, I guess. I don't know if that resonates for you. It certainly doesn't for me because I'm the most clumsiest person you'll ever meet, but let's just get straight into your reading. So for your oracle card, you got the dragon. So you're being represented by the dragon. For your tarot card, you got the Two of Wands. For your oracles, we have courage, strength, fierceness, family. We have grateful optimism, joyous view of the future. The garden and the gate. Addict. Light attribute is helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Shadow attribute is compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. Happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. And finally, we have judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Okay, pile number 2, right out of the gate, I'm sensing a very strong energy from you, and I'm getting this sense of just transformation. I feel like you're in a very transformative period in your life right now where a lot of things are changing for you. I am getting this sense, I mean, you are pile number 2, and we have the 2 of Wands here, and we also have courage with the number 2. I am feeling like you're in this moment in your life right now where you are ready to make a big change and a big decision and really step into a whole new life for yourself. I think that you're having a bit of blocks though when it comes to making these changes. I am seeing a huge fierceness in your personality. I feel like you're someone that's very tenacious, I'm hearing. And I don't really use that word often, but I just heard Spirit say tenacious. You're very strong-willed. I feel like you're the type of person where once you set your mind to something, it's really hard to change your mind about it. I think that once you have a goal in mind, you really want to see it through for yourself. I just think that there are certain things maybe that are holding you back. And what I'm hearing is comfort. I'm hearing that maybe what you're addicted to right now, it might not be, the serious stuff like drugs or alcohol. I mean, even though that might be the case, I feel like what it comes down to is you are having trouble letting go of where you currently are in this life because it's comfortable. And even if it might not be our highest potential, even if it might not be everything that you've ever dreamed, I can definitely relate to the fact that comfort is hard to leave because it's all that you know. And I feel like that's where you are at this moment, where I feel like you're really feeling a strong call to do something big with your life. And it may not be big as in, whatever big is different for everyone, right? But I just think that you right now are feeling this very strong call to make big changes in your life, to pursue something, to pursue a career. I'm getting, for most people, I think it's just a massive shift in energy. I feel like for a lot of you guys, it could be your career that you're looking to step into a different role. I feel like you are weighing your options and you're kind of hesitant to make that move, and you're kind of waiting until everything aligns, I feel like, but nothing is ever going to align perfectly. And I'm feeling like with this, the garden and the gate, it talks about this woman that is just in her garden and she's enjoying all the beautiful flowers and really just taking in all of this nice scenery, but at the same time she has this gate and it's leading to a really bright future, something that's different and so much better than where she is now. But she is just really comfortable in where she is, so she's having trouble moving beyond that gate. And I think you've been feeling this for a very long time. I can't be too sure, but I do feel like you're just in this moment. I might sound like a broken record, but I just feel like you're in this moment where you know that something has to change, and I think that you're kind of grappling with that change. It's funny because I'm noticing also, I'm not sure if you can see, but on the happiness card you have dolphins and they're kind of swimming around in this ocean, tidal wave thing, and then you have on the addict card, it's like he's pushing away like these waves that are around him. So I kind of see it as like you sort of pushing away this happiness and kind of trying to delay the changes that you're making. Even though I feel like deep down that these changes are going to make you so happy and fulfill you. I think you're just having trouble. You're kind of pushing it off. You're saying, okay, like, please just let me enjoy this moment, being here in this comfortable place, because honestly, the fear of the unknown could be scary. Even though we have this this calling, this feeling to go towards something, to start something new in our lives. The feeling of the unknown and what could happen, and what if I leave this comfortable, reality that I've built for myself, and then what if that doesn't work out? What if nothing works out? What if I leave where I am now and then I take a chance on this new life and it doesn't work out? I think maybe even you might be even feeling scared to feel happy. And, it might sound complicated to someone else, but if you really think about it, if you're in a comfortable place, you're comfortable. But once you really start going after what you want, you have the chance of losing it. And that could be scary. And that, I think, holds back a lot of people from going after what they truly want. It's really nice to sit in this energy of dreaming about what you want, and the reality is still possible because it's a dream. But the minute you start going after it, or the minute you start, telling somebody how you feel, or applying to that program, or starting that YouTube channel, you have this, all of a sudden that dream is a reality, and the reality of failing becomes so much more real. And I just feel like what Spirit is trying to say is that so much good awaits for you. And yes, you're going to have a lot of trials and a lot of tribulations, but it's going to be mostly about, the trials and tribulations aren't going to be about the path that you're moving towards. It's actually going to be about unblocking yourself and really gaining the courage and the confidence to move forward. And sort of, the biggest challenge I think for you is going to be letting go of your old life. I've actually heard of people, including myself, I've done this, doing a funeral for your old life. And so you just kind of write all the things. It's kind of like writing an obituary for your old life. You write out everything, you write out, and you thank your old life for what it gave for you, but you're also welcoming in your new life and giving space in your life for the new things to come in. And so that requires letting go of everything that you've built. And it's probably one of the toughest things to do. But Spirit is saying that there is so much beauty and success and abundance and power in your future that you have yet to realize. And if only you would just make that first step, I think just unlocking the gate, just, putting a foot outside of the gate, smelling that fresh air, feeling that freedom. I think it's just one step at a time. And, you might be struggling with not maybe just comfort, but also addictions that might keep you, stuck where you are. Maybe there's an unhealthy habit or an unhealthy pattern that you can't give up because it makes you feel safe. I think for a lot of people, we hold on to these things, these unhealthy patterns and behaviors because, even though we know it's unhealthy for us, it still feels safe. And for a moment, we can kind of escape from reality and connect with whatever that thing is. I think a lot of addiction comes from the feeling of lack of connection in your own life and wanting that connection. So you connect with things like, maybe binge eating or alcohol or drugs or whatever it may be for you, even just reality TV, social media. I think that you're at a massively important time in your life right now, Pile 2, and the universe wants to co-create with you is what I'm hearing. The universe wants to support you and wants to help you along on this journey, but it needs some help from you in taking that step and to stop pushing away or delaying your happiness. It's telling you to have the courage to walk forward on your path. And whenever you doubt yourself, just get still for a moment and just feel that knowing. And that when you listen to your intuition like that, it can be a lot easier because at the same time, these feelings of the dreams that you have, they're never going to go away. If you've noticed, once you have something that you really want to do, it never fully disappears. And who knows, you might not really have a specific goal in mind, like applying to a certain program, but you might just want to make some changes in your life or just live healthier. And if you keep feeling that call, it's not for nothing. And I think Spirit is saying, listen to that desire, because you don't feel a desire for nothing. The universe is trying to push you towards a better future for yourself. And I feel like you really do feel that with grateful optimism here and judgment. For some reason, I'm not reading this as actual judgment like what you would think, but in the tarot, there is a major arcana card called Judgment, and it talks about hearing that call and being at this moment in your life of whether you're going to answer that call or ignore it. And you've heard of Judgment Day. It's about just finally, what are you going to do? What are the choices that you're going to make? And I think that I'm just getting this strong feeling that Spirit really does believe in you, and Spirit is so ready and willing to just help you along on this journey. And maybe meditation will help you, and maybe getting closer in touch with yourself. Also, the dragon talks about that, just being in a very calm state of just all-knowing. And I think Spirit is just asking you to tap into that intuition, to never let that go, and to finally just go, just start, just do it. I think that you'll be amazed at what you're actually capable of, and whatever you are imagining and envisioning for yourself, the universe is going to give you everything and more. And it's just about, at the end of the day, you, Pile 2, are in a period of massive transformation right now, and it's all about, well, what choices are you going to make? Are you going to make this hard for yourself? Are you going to drag it out? Or are you just going to say, you know what, screw it, I feel the call, I want to make these changes for myself, let me just do it. And even if that just means, going for a 10-minute walk because you want to be healthier, and then that extends to a 20-minute walk, and then maybe you sign up for a gym and you just go for 10 minutes. Maybe it just means, walking on the treadmill for 5 minutes, like just getting your feet wet, I think is what Spirit is asking. Just taking that one step and building momentum, because it's really hard to push a boulder up a mountain if you're at the base of it and you have no strength. But once you start pushing that up and getting some momentum, I even see he's pushing something up, and it's like Spirit is just asking you, just put some energy and some effort and some movement into your goals, and you'll see the results come back. It may not be immediate, nothing that's worth it ever comes easy, and just have a little bit of tenacity. And honestly, Pile 2, I'm just feeling so much power in you, and you have more power than you actually realize, I think. With the dragon and courage and grateful optimism, these are 3 very powerful cards, and I just feel like you have so much untapped potential that you haven't explored yet. And I don't know, I just heard, this is so not on topic at all, but I just heard the word literate. So I don't know, you could be very literate, very good with your words, or maybe that's something that you need to get better at in order to, achieve your dreams. Maybe you need to learn how to communicate more, or communicate better, or communicate more clearly, or whatever it may be. Maybe you're a writer, maybe you're a content creator or a blogger or something like that, where you have to share your thoughts and opinions, and maybe, I don't know, that's either holding you back, or maybe that is your biggest strength, but that's just what I heard. So honestly, Pile 2, all I feel is sheer excitement for you, and I'm kind of curious actually what you have going on. I don't know, let me know in the comments if this resonated with you. But yeah, those are all the messages I have for you, Pile 2. Thank you so much for joining me today, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a reading, and I wish you the very best on your journey. Bye! Hi Pile 3, welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here. So if you guys chose the Fairy Tarot or this crystal pyramid, then this is going to be your reading. And if you watch the intro at all, then you know that the topic of this reading has indeed changed. So originally I was doing a who are you really reading. So finding out all about who you really are. But I think that Spirit wanted to do its own thing, and I've just been receiving, it's been more of a messages that you really need to hear kind of reading. So we're gonna go ahead and just give Spirit full reign, and yeah, I just kind of decided to go with just opening it up to whatever you need to hear today is what you're gonna hear. So I actually shuffled your oracle cards and your tarot cards off camera, so that's why I put the deck to the side. I'll just move it even more to the side. And so yeah, we have some oracles for you here, as well as your two, you got two tarot cards instead of one, so very special group here. Don't tell the other piles, but I think let's just get right into it. Let's see what Spirit has for you today. So you have the hummingbird, you have the Two of Spring, which is actually the Two of Wands, and it says a bright future manifested through hard work and creativity, partnering with others who share your dreams, great progress being made. Okay, we also have the Ten of Spring, so that would be the Ten of Wands. Ask for help from others, all work and no play, being weighed down by too many responsibilities. Okay, we also have Divine Feminine, magnetic receptive power. Interesting. We have telepathy, transmission, perception, communication. We have no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. Okay. We have femme fatale. The light attribute is that highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. The shadow attribute is inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. We have worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. I think there's a lot of worriers in this pile, not because of this, just because I don't know, I just heard like, hell yeah, like, I don't know, I feel like there are a lot of overthinkers, maybe a lot of worriers, people that struggle with anxiety in this pile. I think that we'll get later into it, but I'm just hearing that you guys take on a lot of other people's energy and a lot of other people's ish, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that's just a message that was coming through very strongly. We also have strategy. And finally, we have trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Wow, so right off the bat, this pile is for all my hard workers out there. All my hard workers are in this pile, pile number 3, because oh boy, do you take on a lot. Wow. You guys, I'm getting like single mother energy, if we have any single mothers that have been attracted to this pile. But I'm also just, if that doesn't resonate with you, I'm also just getting that you guys like to do everything yourself. And no, scratch that. You don't like to do everything yourself, but you kind of have this energy of, I am doing it my way, and I don't really trust anybody to do it in another way. I don't really trust anyone to get it done in the way that I want, so I would rather just do it all myself. I feel like that has been your energy, and you're very independent, I feel, pile number 3. I think that you might have a lot of trouble leaning on other people for help. I'm also feeling like now is a very, I don't know why I heard the word auspicious. I actually don't really even know what that word means. Maybe you do. Maybe you can let me know. I might even put a little description of the word after I edit this, but auspicious, I don't know what that means, but I did hear that it's a very auspicious time for you. Yeah, I have no clue what that means. So, but I am just getting this feeling of, I just heard help is on the way. So I think that whether you guys are consciously working on this or not, there is help coming in for you. And I don't know whether you have prayed for this or just hoped for this, but I feel like there's a lot of burdens that you're carrying right now. There's a lot of stress, and I'm hearing trauma, but just a lot of energy that you're carrying right now. A lot of responsibilities on your plate. Pile 3 is what I'm seeing. And I'm just seeing that Spirit wants you to know that help is on the way, that they are sending. I'm specifically getting this energy of a specific person coming in. So I'm getting a female friend energy, or just a life partner, or a twin flame is what I'm getting. I'm getting strong female energy. So maybe you are working on something, or I don't know. This is funny because usually you have, I don't know, very clear-cut responses, but I just feel like there's a lot going on here. So I feel like there are a lot of possibilities. I do feel like for some of you, if this resonates for you, and if you're in the position, if you even want it, there is a partner that is coming in to, and I'm just getting that the message is that they are coming in to help you. Like, they will take a load off for you. You see how this, like, the 2 cards came out, and for your tarot cards, and I feel like it's for a reason, because one of them is telling me that you have so much on your plate right now, and you just have so much going on, so many burdens, and I feel like the stress is really weighing down on you. But you kind of actually look like you have it all put together, which is why I feel like maybe you aren't getting the help that you need, because maybe people just assume that you're just really good at, you know, dealing with everything. So maybe people don't even feel like you might need help. But I just feel like you are sinking in with the weight of all of this stress and energy that's coming your way, and all these burdens. And I just feel like Spirit wanted to say with this second tarot card that there is somebody coming in. I'm getting that strong feeling of somebody is coming in, and you might be feeling this already. You might be picking up on their energy. I'm getting with telepathy that you might have already been either dreaming about them, or just having this strong sense of you're in a very receptive mode. I'm getting Pile 3, and it's not an energy that I feel like you are used to being in, which is weird. But I feel like what's coming in for you, Pile 3, and it's funny because I keep wanting to say Pile 2, so I don't know, there might be a message in Pile 2 for you if that resonates, but I'm just getting that it's sort of this fresh new energy coming in, and Spirit is saying hold on tight because there's something new coming in, and I feel like your burdens will be distributed, and you will have more time and attention to put to yourself, or to just take a load off, I feel like. And I don't know why I'm getting this no here. It feels like a separate message entirely. So I feel like this no card is saying that there is something, that there's like a situation or just a circumstance or something that you're going to have to be discerning of and really use your intuition, because I think maybe something that could be disguised as a good opportunity is actually telling you to wait, to hold off. I'm getting that it's something that is gonna be really attractive, really enticing, is like trying to bring you in. This could be a person that, you know, maybe doesn't have the best of intentions for you, because I am getting with this femme fatale right next to it there, and this femme fatale talks about how there is an inappropriate use of sensuality and manipulation in order to bring someone in order to gain something. So I do feel like there is going to be a situation in the near future where you kind of really need to be discerning, Pile number 3, and really use your intuition. And I feel like your intuition is strong. I feel like you're very in touch with yourself, with your intuition, whether you are spiritual or not. The reading, I mean, obviously you might be a bit spiritual if you're watching a tarot reading, but for the most part, whether you're spiritual or not, I just feel like you do have a strong sense of your intuition and a strong sense of just how you feel. And I feel like you have a really strong connection to your gut and your gut instinct. And I think that Spirit is telling you to set your worries aside, because the reality that's around you right now can be very deceiving. It might make you think that, you know, your struggles will last forever or this situation will last forever, but Spirit is actually asking you to open up to new possibilities. I think Spirit really wants to send help your way, and I feel like there is a situation, I don't know, I'm just getting this strong sense of like there being a situation where you might need to, I don't know, shift your path. There might be something that happens where you need to go off the beaten track for a bit. And I don't know, I'm just getting trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Maybe there is a shift that you want to make, a change that you want to make, maybe in your career or just your life or your relationship, whatever it may be. There is something that is asking you to take a closer look at it in order to actually make the right decision for you. Okay, yeah, Spirit just confirmed that. There is definitely something that's happening in your life right now where it's something that you really want, something that I'm just hearing. Take a second look at it. And what do you really want? I think that Spirit is kind of asking you to reflect on what you truly want and make a plan, Spirit is saying, and really get clear and write it down what you are looking to manifest, because I kind of feel like your energy kind of just feels like it's all over the place right now. I'm just getting the feeling that what Spirit is trying to say is take a deep breath, slow down, settle down. I know it can be hard because you might have a million things going on right now and you might be overwhelmed, but in that stillness comes a knowing. And Spirit is saying, if you just listen to that, I feel like Spirit is kind of not frustrated. Spirit is never frustrated, but I just heard this, like, I feel like Spirit has been trying to communicate with you for a while about what do you truly want so we can give that to you. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe you're so focused on the material aspect of what's going on around you and your immediate surroundings that Spirit is kind of telling you, hey, wake up. I mean, we are co-creating with you. You're not in this alone, but we kind of need you to get clear on what it is you truly want so that we could bring that to you. And I feel like you have been manifesting help for a really long time. I feel like maybe unconsciously or maybe consciously you might have been manifesting this, but you might have just been praying or hoping for some kind of relief or help to come to you. I'm getting like financial, I'm getting like an opportunity, something to advance your career, or just help around the house, to be honest. It could be as simple as that, but I'm getting that in order to get the proper help that you need to get clear on what you want. And so Spirit is saying, make a plan, stop worrying, trust your instinct, get into a more focused energy, and we will give back to you. But I feel like what Spirit is trying to say, and it's kind of even drawing me to this hummingbird, because Spirit is trying to say that you're in 10 million places at once. And even as I'm doing this reading, I'm having this urge to like go here and then go here and then go here and then go back to this. And I feel like Spirit is saying your energy is very hectic right now and you can't properly manifest what you truly desire if your energy is in 10 million different places, because there is a saying that wherever your energy goes, energy flows, or I don't know if that's really how it goes, but something like that. About whatever you put your energy into, that's what's gonna grow and that's what's gonna manifest. So if you are putting your energy in, 5 million different projects, you're never actually gonna get any of them done, and it's just gonna be a bunch of unfinished projects. And so Spirit is saying, what is your priority right now? What are you really truly wanting to manifest? Is it help? Is it finances? Is it whatever it is? Get very clear on it and to write it out. And I also feel like maybe some of you talk really fast. I don't know. I've never actually talked this fast in a reading, but I'm picking up on your energy and it's just very much all over the place. And Spirit is kind of saying, calm down, settle down, and go into a more receptive energy instead of a go, go, go energy. The male archetypal energy is Okay, that's not true. It's yang, and the female archetypal energy is yin. So you have yin and yang. You're in a very yang energy. You're in a very action, action, can't stop, won't stop energy. And I think Spirit is just asking you to bring that back and to just, maybe even if it's 5 minutes a day where you just, you know, lock the pets and the, no, you can't lock your children in the room, but you know, maybe at nap time, or you know, just 5 minutes, if you can find that time for yourself where you can just breathe, where you can just sit still, where you can actually think about what you want instead of thinking about what everybody else in your life needs. What do you want? Because I feel like you might not even have the time, or the precious time to think about that, you know, like the gift of time to think about that. I feel like stop worrying. Spirit is saying start planning, start creating an action plan, even if it's only 5 minutes in your day where you can get 5 minutes to sit with yourself and just think about what you want and just meditate, or even just sit still and think about nothing. Spirit is saying that will massively move you forward more than the action that you're taking ever will, because we do get into burnout mode, and you don't want to burn yourself out. You want to actually take inspired action forward. So pile number 3, wow, I mean, I feel like you're at a time in your life where you're creating something magnificent. I feel like it's a massive not, I would say, yeah, a transformational period for you, but it's more about letting people help you. I think it's about realizing, okay, like I need help too. I need to put time and energy and effort into myself too. And I'm really feeling this like self-love vibe that needs to sort of maybe invite itself into your life. So yeah, Spirit, I don't know. I just called you Spirit. Yes, pile 3. So, I mean, that is all the messages I have for you. Maybe take some time to, after this reading, to just take a breath, sit, and maybe journal about what it is you want, manifest. Oh my God, me and words, we're not wording today, but pile 3, those are the messages I have for you. My thoughts and words are all over the place at the moment. I feel like maybe that is your energy right now. So yeah, Spirit is just asking you to take a deep breath and refocus your energy on what it is you want. So pile 3, those are all the messages I have for you. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading, and subscribe to the channel. We have so many more readings coming out for you guys. I can't wait. But thank you for being here with me today, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.